stood on the wall, blood on his hands, a crown still on his head, carrying the only thing left that mattered, his son. Below him, the enemy army was closing in. His people were desperate. The war was almost over, and so King Mesha did the unthinkable. He killed his firstborn son in front of the world as a burnt offering. And what happened next shocked even heaven. The army of Israel turned around and walked away. Why did they leave? Did this evil king tap into a power that scared even God's people? And why is this story missing from most Sunday sermons? This is the story of a forgotten king, a forbidden sacrifice, and a moment in Scripture that might just change how you see spiritual warfare forever. Let's open the book and uncover what really happened in 2 Kings chapter 3. The story begins with rebellion. Moab had been under Israel's control since the days of King Ahab. But when Ahab died, Mesha, king of Moab, refused to pay tribute. In response, 3 kings formed an alliance: Jehoram of Israel, Jehoshaphat of Judah, and the king of Edom. Together they marched through the wilderness to attack. But the desert nearly destroyed them. No water, no supplies, no way forward. That's when they turned to the prophet Elisha. Elisha tells them, "This is an easy thing for the Lord. You will win this battle." Strength renewed, the 3 armies surged forward toward Moab. The armies of Israel entered into Moabite territory, crushed city after city. Moabite defenses were collapsing, trees were cut down, wells destroyed. Victory seemed certain for the children of God. But King Mesha wouldn't surrender. He sees what's coming. He knows the next sunrise may be his last, and when everything else failed, his army broken, his people starving, he turned to his last resort, the gods of Moab. Mesha took his heir, his firstborn son, the future king, and climbed the city wall. Before the eyes of his people and his enemies, lifting his flesh and blood up, he took a knife and did the unthinkable. The sacrifice wasn't hidden. It was deliberate, public, raw. And in that moment, a dark cloud fell over the land. Not literal, but spiritual. The Israelites, watching from their camps, were filled with great pain. And suddenly, Scripture says, there came great wrath against Israel, and they departed from him and returned to their own land. They left, just like that, a full retreat, a complete turnaround, no explanation. This story leaves us with a haunting question. Why did Israel retreat? Why did the army of the living God back down after such unholy sacrifice? Let's break it down. Could it be fear and psychological warfare? Maybe. God's judgment? Possibly. Or something darker. The Moabite king may have tapped into an ancient demonic pattern, a perverse spiritual law, blood for power. Child sacrifice was common in Moab and Canaan. Molech, Chemosh, Baal, all demanded it, and it worked. Not because it pleased God, but because it invoked darkness. Hundreds of years later, another son would be lifted up, not on a city wall, but on a cross. Not in desperation, but in love. God gave his son, not to win a war, but to end one. Not to gain territory, but to redeem souls. Mesha killed his son to save his kingdom. God gave his son to save the world. Every generation sacrifices something. Some sacrifice their values. Some sacrifice their families. Some even sacrifice their souls. But only one sacrifice truly saves. This story isn't just history. It's a warning. It's a mirror. And it's a question. What are you sacrificing to win your battles? If this shocked you, good. Because the Bible isn't just a book of comfort. It's a book of power, warning, and hidden war. Comment below. Why do you think Israel walked away? And if you want more stories the church rarely talks about, subscribe. Because next, we're diving into the book of Enoch and what it reveals about the fallen angels.